Neno hili si hivyo. Mambo ni matatu.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this video, I want to reveal to you guys the dark secrets behind Mike Mbuvi Sonko's move to form his new political party.
Today, we are very glad the Office of the Registrar of Political Parties has issued us with a full registration of our party, National Economic Development Party of Kenya. We started this journey in 2019, and then we lodged the documents in these offices in 2020. It has not been an easy journey, and I take this opportunity to thank the Office of the Registrar of Political Parties and its entire team, our founder members. I think they're here with me, and there are no new faces to you guys. For instance, our chairman is none other than Dr. Nyamu. Dr. Nyamu is a non-gynecologist. He used to be my director at Makwiny Hospital during my tenure as the governor of Nairobi. Then we have our SG, Ben Mulwa here. He also used to be my PA. We have Honorable Nancy. We have a team of Gen Zs here. We have the Kemu President, Madam Masai, who is the deputy party leader. We have another thing here, Mr. Manyara. We have Vice Chair Dr. Rashid. So you can see we have the whole face of Kenya is here with us. So we're thankful to God. We thank also our staff, our entire team. Dr. Nyamu is here. Dr. Nyamu is the famous gynecologist who used to be the director of Matiangi Hospital. He's our interim chairman, and I'm the interim party leader. Now we are going to forward our constitution here. We are going to follow a democratic process of electing leaders through the delegates, through the wananchi. Hii ni shama ya Wakenya.
And allow me to begin the video by asking you this one question. And I expect a honest answer from you guys. Why would Mike Sonko form a new political party when the stars are aligned in favor of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, who also happens to come from Ukambani region? Why would he form his own party at this particular point in time?
So, it's a party for all Kenyans, and it's too early for us to went up. We shall be having maybe coalition agreements, but we can even go all the way to the ballot. We can fix even a presidential candidate. As soon as my Sonko, any guy with presidential ambitions atakuja kwa ballot yetu through the democratic process, as I've said, akichaguliwa, we'll sponsor him all the way to the ballot. So this is the party of all Kenyans. Hatukwamba kuongea mambo sio ya wipers, sio Sonko, sio nani. Sisi we are a party of our own. Yes.
Will you be running for any office under this party?
Who now, me or our candidates? Is that question to me or the excellent
governor?
Yeah, I know where we're heading to. We want to talk about my impeachment, which is a very good question. I'm very sure you're all aware that I lost all my appeals at the court, all the way from the High Court, Court of Appeal, the Supreme Court, and I'm admitting that I lost. But guys are just talking just for the sake of talking. Yeah, they are expressing law in a way that favors them. I want you guys to look at Article 193, sub-Article 3. It talks about the eligibility of a candidate. Yeah? Article 193, sub-Article 3 says, if you have an impeachment or you're facing any decision or a sentence like mine, the impeachment, you have to exhaust all avenues of appeals. It doesn't end there, or reviews. I agree, I've exhausted my appeals, but I've not exhausted my reviews. I have new evidence that has come. The move of my impeachment, and somebody was intimidated to lie about me. Yeah, the speaker will preside over my impeachment. He has said he was intimidated to lie. The move of the second, the current governor of Isiolo, who was the leader of majority at that time, he has sworn an affidavit as well, which is before the Supreme Court, and said he was forced also to lie. Yeah, these facts are also before the Senate. Yeah, the Senate also wrote a letter to the Supreme Court. They have withdrawn all their earlier negative affidavits about me. Yeah, so I've not exhausted my reviews. I've got very good fresh grounds for review.
The truth of the matter is that in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. And that everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve a specific political objective. There is an objective which Mike Mbuvi Sonko wants to achieve through the formation of this new political party. And that's exactly what I want to expose to you guys in this video. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, the move by Mike Mbuvi Sonko to form his new political party is actually a major blow to Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. The move is intended to thwart Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka's presidential bid in 2027. Mike Mbuvi Sonko has named his party the National Economic Development Party. We all know that Mike Sonko was actually impeached as the governor for Nairobi. I'm not so sure whether Mike Sonko is actually eligible to run for the presidency. But even if he won't be eligible to run for the presidency, he's going to do what Rigathi Gachagua is currently doing. He can form his party the way he has done and then use that party to achieve some of the objectives. And I doubt if those objectives are going to be in favor of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Because if Mike Sonko wanted to work in favor of Kalonzo Musyoka, he would have joined Wiper as a political party. In 2022, Mike Sonko contested in Mombasa. I'm 100% sure if that bid had materialized, Sonko would have been the governor for Mombasa. Which means Sonko is one of the few leaders in this country who can contest in Machakos, can contest in Makwiny, Sonko can contest in Nairobi, can contest in Kilifi, Sonko can contest in Mombasa and actually emerge as a victor. But why would he form his own political party? Number one, I'm looking at a strategy which William Samoei Arap Ruto has crafted. And that strategy is simple. Try and derail Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. If you are to sit down today and take a pen and a paper and draft the winning formation, if Gachagua were to support Kalonzo and the united opposition were to also support Kalonzo, chances of Kalonzo winning the presidency are very high. So what do? You frustrate him. You begin by bringing Mike Sonko on board. By bringing Mike Sonko on board, it means Mike Sonko has the potential of disrupting the Kamba voting bloc. I'm not so sure whether the Kamba nation can reject Sonko totally and vote for Kalonzo Musyoka. Because I remember when Sonko contested as the governor for Nairobi against Kidero, the reason Sonko won was because Kidero had banked on the Kamba votes. On that day, the Kamba voted for Raila, but they never voted for Kidero. Instead, they voted for Mike Sonko. So Sonko is very popular, especially even amongst the young people. I'm also looking at it as a strategy which William Ruto might be using to deny the opposition the Gen Zs. Sonko can easily win the support of these young people. That's number one. Number two, I'm looking at the Nairobi equation. Who is likely to run for Nairobi? Let us name them. Let us assume that Sonko will have his candidate because he might not run and campaign for that candidate. Let us also assume Sakaja will be defending his seat, which will happen. Let us assume that Ubowino will be on the ballot. And also let us assume that a gentleman by the name James Gakuya, Bazenga himself, will also be running. As long as Sakaja and Babu Wino are running, the chances of splitting the Luya votes, the Luo votes, and the Kenya Kwanza or the broad-based votes are very high. Which means Bazenga is likely to win the support of the Kikuyu nation. And according to what Rigathi Gachagua revealed, the Kamba votes are going to go to him. But now if you bring Sonko on board, what's going to happen is that Sonko is going to deny Mazenga the Kamba votes. So I don't know how that voting pattern is going to pan out, but that could also be a strategy because William Ruto is keen on winning Nairobi. Number 3, I'm looking at it as a strategy to portray Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka as a failed leader. If he cannot bring on board Kalonzo, if he cannot bring on board Mike Mbuvi Sonko to his side, one of the foremost sons of the Kamba nation, how can he bring on board the rest of the country? Because I remember, was it last year, I opined here that there are few leaders Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka needed to bring on board. I'm actually going to pin that video, if I find it, in the comments section. And I mentioned that Kalonzo needed to bring Mike Sonko on his side. Because Kalonzo is a good politician, but there is something missing in Kalonzo. The punchy politics is missing in Kalonzo. The vibrancy is missing in Kalonzo. The aspect of the finance is also missing in Kalonzo. So I advised him that he needed to bring Mike Sonko on his side. Now we are seeing Mike Sonko saying, okay, Kalonzo is likely to be a presidential candidate, the joint candidate for the opposition, but I'm also there. I might not be running for the presidency, but I'm there. So the truth is something about Kalonzo Musyoka's ability to unite. If he cannot unite the Kambas, why should he be given or entrusted to unite the rest of the country? Number 4, I'm also looking at this as part of William Ruto's strategy to infiltrate the opposition. He's likely to act as a Trojan horse. This is the truth. Kalonzo Musyoka has very high chance of winning. Then you bring another war to his doorstep. Already, William Ruto and his UDA are creating havoc in Ukambani. Now you bring Sonko. Sonko can disrupt Kalonzo in Ukambani and split the votes. Even if they were to give him the presidential votes, then there is something here. The parliamentary seats, the gubernatorial seats, and even the senatorial seats. Sonko might win some of them. The Kambas can say, okay, let us give Kalonzo all this. And remember, Mike Sonko at this age is still a big factor. The Kamba nation might look at Sonko as someone for the future. So they may not want even to embarrass him at the ballot. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what you think. But the last point, which could be the main reason, is the rerun mathematics. In 2027, we are going to have Fred Matiangi running for the presidency. We are going to have Kalonzo Musyoka running for the presidency. We are going to have William Ruto running for the presidency. If those 3 were to be on the ballot, I can assure you, none of them might be able to achieve the 50% plus 1 vote. That's now where Mike Sonko comes in. He will be used to tilt that equation. Because Kalonzo is banking on the Kikuyu votes and is also banking on the votes from the Kamba nation. There is the Fred Matiangi factor. And I see Matiangi as the biggest threat to Kalonzo. Matiangi can actually win the support of the mountain. If he were to win the support of the mountain and he gets the Western Alliance votes, and of course the Gen Zs, people who want a fresh start, I can assure you, Fred Matiangi can actually be number 1 or number 2. That will technically knock out to Kalonzo. Kalonzo might decide, okay, let me throw my weight behind Matiangi. There is where now Mike Sonko comes in. Mike Sonko will be propped up and will be sold as the future of the Kamba. And the Kamba nation will be asked to rally behind him. And he will support William Ruto's re-election. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the dark secret behind the move. I don't know what you think. This is my take. Maybe you have a different opinion. Let me read them in the comment below. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.